Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today has yet again been a pretty big day for crypto, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, I have a very big question, and that is, have you guys sold any crypto this year? Or have you just been accumulating/holding? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's get on with the video. So first article of today reads, XRP has the fastest growing adoption, but liquidity index continues to crash. So logically speaking, this doesn't really make sense, right? I mean, it grows like crazy, but the liquidity and really the volume of it all goes down. Kind of seems stupid, but it actually makes quite a lot of sense if you get into it and if you have a little bit of an understanding about what happened prior and really what the case is with all of this. Now, if you look at the liquidity index just like this, it might look really frightening to see that ODL volume went up for such a long while just to plummet like crazy to almost nothing at this point. In my opinion, one part about this is really unexplainable, as I don't know how they could get the volume this low. Maybe a part of it is, the big pandemic that's going on as well. Maybe that has some effect. But mostly, I guess the biggest effect is that they changed priorities and changed perspectives and changed their strategy. They went from less of these huge behemoths with these small payments, these behemoths for just a lot of players. Instead of one player doing a lot of payments, they went from a lot of players doing a lot of payments, if you guys get me. But that, of course, also took away a lot of the volume. And really what I don't understand is completely why they went away from it. Because, couldn't they have just done both? But in their own explanation, it was a change of priorities. And they didn't really need to work with these big guys. And they didn't really want it because that was not their goal. And thus, again, the partnership possibly faded or something like that. I'm wondering exactly what this change of perspective came from, but really that's Ripple's explanation, and that's also why this has been happening. However, over time it will be wrapping up anyway, so it's just a little bit of a, at least in my opinion, they changed strategies, and thus we're gonna have to wait for them to get there for a little bit. That's at least what I'm seeing, and that's how I'm gonna see it. But you do you. XRP has the fastest growing adoption, see 48% or 46% increase in crypto merchant adoption. Now, so I think the main reason people are finding this interesting and strange is because the adoption of XRP and ODL has only been increasing, yet the volume is not doing that. But again, it can all be related back to the fact that they've changed what they're doing and we don't know the details, we don't know the internals. But whenever I'm thinking about this, I'm like, Ripple is a multi-billion-dollar company. They most likely know what they're doing, and they most likely have the better strategists for all this type of stuff. They most likely have some better brains working on this than I have, or at least that I've been putting to it. So if they put down this volume, it most likely is for a better long-term reason, right? Maybe this was not sustainable. Maybe this is just very far from their ethics or morals, and they didn't want it. Maybe they knew this wasn't going to help the world too much and they just wanted to stay with their mission. There are tons of reasons why they changed, and most likely it's a lot better than we expected to be. And that's again why I'm really sitting here patiently just waiting, because I think there's a lot of better things to come and I don't worry too much about it. And here, this news and all this type of stuff is just good. To have in the back of our heads that even though the volume might not be crazy, the adoption is just going up. It's only positive vibes, it's only positive things. So all I can be is happy. Stellar XLM could be the next altcoin to pump in the crypto markets. According to Peter Brandt, the well-known gold bull and XRP bear, says that XLM is exhibiting signs of bullishness that could translate to gains in the near future. Now, for Stellar, I'm going to just say it out loud right now. It's a coin that's been acting really irrationally at this point, right? If you see the price chart here, it's looking so different from any of these other ones, because I think it's really indecisive. It's really kind of crazy, and the movement is so unpredictable that I'm staying away from it very far with like a 60-foot pole at this point, because I don't trust it. And I don't want to fall for one of these traps here. I don't really fall too much for traps anyway, because I always wait for confirmations, but I don't really want to get trapped in here with a crazy trade that I don't trust too much. Because in general, over the last month, it's looking very bullish. However, if you look from I guess the last week up till now, it's actually just sideways movement, which is really kind of scary. You could have been trapped a couple of times here. This could have been, yeah, I guess. Well, I wanted to say this is a little bit of a trap, but it's possibly not. I mean, the supports are pretty far away to determine that, but it could have looked like a little bit of a trap. Yeah, it's a pretty strange situation. It's a little bit of a bull trap, but on the contrary, we've not gone up anywhere from this point on forward, and we've not really gone bullish. It's all just sideways movement. But normally, I don't really make money with sideways movement. It's always for one of the breakouts, right? I'm not really too good at trading all of this, and thus I'm staying away with a 50, 60, 70 foot pole from Stellar because it's too scary. However, Peter Brandt here says this is the channel, and we can make some money with it. Well, of course, it's a different chart, different time frame. You can look at it differently at that point. However, I didn't look at it too far like that just quite yet. I can understand. He says, will XLM Stellar Lumens be the next altcoin to pump with the channel going downwards and breaking out? It would not be that crazy, if we were to make a lot of profit here and get some crazy price movement going on. However, I'm just going to say it right there. I find trading this coin a little bit crazy, a little bit strange. And with crypto, we still don't know if it's all just TA, if it can be really trusted or relied upon, or if it has some to do or has a lot to do with news more so than normal traditional things have, where it can really just flip 60% in a day because of some crazy news. Whereas with stocks, it might just be 10% in a really, really crazy day. It's just really a lot of factors play a role here, but I'm just a little bit afraid of Stellar, and I wanted to let you guys know. Also, I don't know too much here about exactly what's going on with Stellar in terms of fundamentals. I mean, price-wise, I can really understand why it would be going up right now. All right, so if you're wondering about that, yes, I do trust his analysis. I do actually, looking at what he says, think we can really get to a new dimension, all right, in terms of price. It's looking really damn juicy. However, I think it's a little bit uncertain because of the price movement that has gone by already here on my time frame. And also the fact that Stellar prices have been pretty crazy. I don't really see any fundamentals or really any news why it should be pushing forward. And thus, I don't really know why it's going to do that. I don't really know why the price would skyrocket right now. Because what are the incentives? That's what's kind of worrying me. The big Twitter hack keeps getting stranger and stranger. I'm just hearing more and more news right now, guys. I'm just hearing more and more things coming out. Wednesday's Twitter hack kept getting stranger and stranger. First, a set of high-profile accounts belonging to Bill Gates and whatnot tweeted out a fraudulent crypto donation link. My very first thought was, if I were Bill Gates, I think I'd be using 2FA on Twitter. That's when you use a second step in addition to your password to log in. Then Twitter temporarily blocked all of its verified users from posting in an effort to prevent any further scams and announced to users Wednesday evening you may be unable to tweet or reset your password while we review the incident. These steps were a strong sign that there was not an isolated set of accounts that had been compromised due to weak, yada yada, but it was everybody. And indeed, it was reported that the hackers had been getting access to it all. One of the people whom Cox spoke with claimed they had paid a Twitter employee for access to the tool, and Twitter confirmed to Motherboard that an employee had been involved, but said that there was still an investigation going on. And yeah, there's just more and more of this coming out, guys. The whole day here, I've been seeing more and more of these things coming out about how could this have happened? What does it mean for the future? A lot of stuff is coming out. Is this employee, a bad guy, or was he baited? And how could this have happened? How could they have let this slip through? Should Bitcoin addresses be banned like that? And all the talks about a lot of these scams I've also seen come up again. The normal scams where they ask you for sending one and I'll pay you two back, like the classic gamer scam. All those talks are coming up a little bit more often because nowadays, at least back in the day, it used to always be done on games where you can pay with in-game currency. Then a little bit later on, I used to always see them with credit cards. But now I'm only seeing Bitcoin and crypto, and maybe something like that is going to be coming out on the news, which could be negative or something like that. I'm thinking about it. Bitcoin just broke a crucial level, opening the gates for a move to $7,000. Yeah, BS. I don't trust that. I mean, it could always do that, but I really don't think it's worth your time to even look into. PayPal confirms crypto interest. I just wanted to re-mention this once more, as this is a lot bigger than some people imagine, PayPal confirming crypto interest is huge because now we know PayPal is really going to get in there, and most likely we will be able to buy and sell crypto with PayPal, which could just really change the game. However, one thing I am wondering about is, what if PayPal accounts were to also be hacked a little bit further? And also, what type of information will PayPal be passing through to the government and all the other authorities? Like, what will they tell them? What will they give? Because exchanges right now, a lot of these ones, except for Coinbase, I would say, they don't really pass along that much info just quite yet because they're not that regulated. They are, but not that much. However, PayPal has been in this space for so long. It's been so well regulated, at least in comparison to the rest. I'm wondering exactly what they will pass on, but that's just my thinking. And also, as I just said about PayPal hacks and all those fears are really coming abroad a little bit more now since Twitter got hacked, right? Because how could Twitter, such a huge platform, be compromised from within? It's really crazy, but also made me think about what could happen to PayPal, because a thing like that, a hack like Twitter, like what they saw now, could have irreversible consequences. And I'm daring you as well right now to look up Twitter stock, right? Let's actually check it out. I'm going to look it up on my phone here as well. Twitter stock price. Let's see the stock price here. Okay, it only fell 1% actually over the day. Okay, it actually did not really do as much as I expected. I expected people to go berserk because of this announcement. Only on Wednesday somewhere night, it went from 35.67 to 34.10 in like the span of, that's just the jump overnight. Okay, so no, it really did not move as much as I expected. It's like a 1% or so move. Maybe a little bit more than 1%, maybe 3%. But you guys get me. I thought it would have been like a big crash because people were afraid, but no. However, I think it's a way bigger deal than people are making it out to be as well, because if Twitter can get hacked, even though people are making a fuss about it, it's not as big as it should have been. I think people should have just been really, really cautious with Twitter right now from now on forward. Know that nothing is safe. Your information can easily be passed forward. You should trust not even the biggest guys. And all of this, it should have just caused a complete crypto panic, because now it kind of feels like things like your PayPal and things like your exchange accounts can be hacked a lot easier than you might have thought. And even maybe from within. And another thing I'm telling you guys to think about for right now is the fact that you should be having your money on a ledger or a hardware wallet if you've not already done so, just because it's the safest option and you guys should all do it. FBI reportedly probing massive Twitter hack, Bitcoin scam. Again, a little bit more about it. Dubious asset manager claims to short Chainlink with 99% target. A report authored by Zeus Capital has asserted that the firm is building into a Chainlink short position with a target of 99% gains, describing the top 10 crypto by market cap as a crypto's wirecard. However, the firm behind the report, ZeusCapital.com, appears to have registered its website just 7 months ago, while its Twitter account has been suspended for violations of the platform's terms of use. So maybe this is BS? Who knows? I don't really care though. I mean, even if he's shorting it with all his might, who cares about that? He's not going to pull it through anyway. So yeah, he thinks it will get to 7 cents because it's a fraud. Yeah, I don't believe that. I've been seeing a lot of people say it though in my comment section, saying Chainlink is a scam. It's the biggest scam out there. I'm wondering how it could be though, but all right. Why is XRP crashing? Data shows Ripple is flooding the market. BS. If you get just completely taken away by this, maybe you should reconsider your position in XRP, because you clearly do not understand exactly how it works. Because this is not true. Ripple can't flood the market. It's just in the rules. It's what they made, and it's rules they made for themselves. So yeah, they can't really violate them because we would notice. And yeah, they told us. So why would they just not put a higher number there? I don't know. It's kind of strange to assume that Ripple would be flooding the market because they can only sell a certain percent of the daily volume. So I just find the claim really strange. While the broader crypto market enjoyed a swift rebound from March lows, XRP price continues to struggle. There's not enough demand to absorb the tokens that Ripple's dumping on retail investors. XPL has a low institutional and retail demand because of limited technological capabilities and regulatory uncertainty around XRP. Ripple tried to curb XRP's circulating supply inflation, but without organic demand, it's not enough to sustain price growth. XRP lags behind the market and is likely to continue doing so until Ripple finds a way to facilitate organic demand for its token. Yeah, I completely disagree with this. I don't even need to read through this. You can check it out if you want to, because there are some interesting facts in here. However, all of this I just really disagree with. A look at Ripple's active Twitter users shows a similar story. I don't really think so. I think the mentions of XRP are only going up, and the only thing you're looking for here is how many people type in Ripple, right? Or how many of the Twitter users are, you're not looking how many people type in Ripple, but how many people are actively doing stuff that are following Twitter, I think is how this works, or possibly, or something like that. And basically, the big thing is that if you look this up for more cryptos and really other companies, you're going to see really the same thing for any coin that's not being, going up in price like crazy, because people are not really doing things that actively right now until prices spike. Until prices do something crazy, people are going to be talking about it a lot. But if it's just going with steady progress, just normal pace, yeah, it really doesn't do that, because that's how it always works. It's just the same thing. But just you wait. If another bull run were to come with XRP, doing good, let's say, for example, where Bitcoin does 20 or 30%, XRP does 60, and the rest of the cryptos also do 60, just you wait how far on top of the game XRP is going to be. It's going to be number one by Twitter mentions and all that by far. It already broke Bitcoin's, or at least Bitcoin's daily mentions on Twitter, but it would just go totally to the moon and further with just a little bit of time. And you guys just wait. It's going to be insane. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about XRP? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very nice day.